You ever face a big dilemma early in the day? Like you wake up and you know you got a decision that you're going to have to make. And making that decision is going to occupy the better part of your day. It's going to wrestle in your head. It is going to wiggle back and forth, back and forth. Well, today was one of those days. As I looked at the pre-orders for PlayStation VR 2, I had the very important decision to make. Do I want to spend nearly $600 on additional technology for my PlayStation 5 that will bring about virtual games that look just like the virtual games I've played for the past couple of years and haven't really impressed me all that much? The answer was no. I will not be pre-ordering PSVR 2 because instead I'll be spending all my money on the new Pokemon Squishmallows coming very soon to the US, UK, and Canada. I know a lot of you out there are big into these round roly-poly creatures. I don't really get it, but I'm guessing that Gengar and Pikachu and more are going to be quite popular this holiday season, so put your hands together for Pokemon Squishmallows dropping any day now. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Switch fans. What a weird intro, you say. Well, it is a special day because we're talking about some cool stuff, including Nintendo doing something they've never done before. And I just want us to all really understand this. And I want us to really just grab hold and feel where we're at. All right, middle November 2022. Yeah, baby. Hit that like button if you enjoy this show. We are cruising through 500 episodes before the end of the year. No, it'll be early 2023. But speaking of early, there is going to be an early Black Friday eShop sale. Now, I believe last year Nintendo kicked off their eShop sale right on Black Friday. They were like, "Vlam, get after it." All these games are super cheap. And now that you're tired from eating turkey, you can just not go to the stores and instead fling out the coins on the eShop. Well, it looks like this year they're going to be kicking it off early. Thursday, November 17th, the Black Friday sale will begin, at least in the UK. Nintendo UK tweeted this out this morning saying there's no need to wait until Black Friday because the bargains begin early. Now, oftentimes Nintendo does things differently in the UK versus in the US, so we'll have to wait and see what their sale plans are over here and globally. They didn't announce any games, but you can bet your beautiful turkey-filled booty they will have a ton of games on sale. That came out weird. It'll be a big sale, and they'll have a bunch of games and hopefully some Nintendo first party. We already know that they're going to be pushing sizable sales on some first party titles. We covered that in an earlier Black Friday video. They also have their bundle, which is Mario Kart 3 months Switch Online and the Switch. Pretty boring. Mario Kart Live is going to be on sale, and Home Circuit, whatever it's called, and some other stuff. But the eShop is honestly going to be where I recommend you go. In-store stuff is great, but if they do some nice eShop deals where we get mega discounts where you're able to get like 3 games for $15, that is going to be super good. So I will keep you posted. As soon as we know a games list, I'll be bringing you my picks, recommendations, holiday gift guide, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's starting early this year in just a couple of days, so that's pretty neat. I'm going to sneeze. I'm allergic to good deals. Now, my friends, you all have probably been Nintendo fans for a while. A good while for a lot of you. I mean, it looks like my average demographic says that y'all have been Nintendo fans for quite some time. Maybe not as long as this geezer, but I remember when Pokemon looked like this. That's what it looked like. And I remember when Zelda looked like this. That's what it looked like. And I remember when Mario looked like this. And all of Nintendo's games were really fun, great mechanics, but they were how they were. I want to really just talk about where we're at on the absolute spectrum of goodness, of greatness, and on the eve of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where Nintendo and what Nintendo has achieved this generation. We're about to play the first open world Pokemon game. And if you, like me, have been a Nintendo fan for over a decade, maybe even 2, maybe even 3, or possibly 6, Grandma, then you know how momentous this is. This is like a major deal. Okay, I want you to just think about where we were before the Switch came out. The Wii U was a failure. The Wii U was not an impressive system. The Wii U had a gamepad that hardly no games knew how to properly use. And the 3DS was going strong, but the 3DS also wasn't very strong based on where other systems and platforms were, graphically and performance-wise. Now think about where we are. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet moves to the home console. They've come out with a plenty of releases since the Switch launch, but this one really takes things to the next level. An open world Pokemon game. And I know that Legends Arceus tried to do something, but that was much more segmented. This is an open world. You climb to the top of the icy mountain, you jump off and fly, and Miraidon says, "Ah!" and down you go. Over the sand, over the grass, down to the beach, into the water, land, and go. No loading, no hitching, no nothing. Flying, climbing, soaring through a massive world that is only possible because of the Switch. We can look at The Legend of Zelda evolving from a linear dungeon crawler into an open world game where you could scale similar heights and soar, flying down, gliding, wherever you wanted to go. I want us to just really appreciate where the Switch has brought us this generation. Mario is more open than ever. We have DLC for Mario Kart doubling the size of the game. All right, we have so many interesting titles like Kirby going 3D, Xenoblade building out a beautiful trilogy and achieving Game of the Year nomination. We truly are taking Nintendo games to places they've never been, and I think because we're in year 6, we sort of take it for granted. We sort of forget that we get to play the biggest, best Nintendo games wherever we want. Not only are these games open world, not only are they bigger, more free-form, more explorative than ever, we can play them on the go, at home, on the toilet, at the doctor, in the sky, wherever we want. I really want us to just think for a minute how great the Switch is. Because so often, even on this channel, we talk about it's lacking. It needs better performance. These games are struggling. Where's the Switch Pro? But truly consider for a second what this generation has done for Nintendo. We're about to see their next big iteration of their biggest franchise, one of them for sure, and it's taking things to a place that it's never been before. The Switch is a system that has done that time and time again, evolving familiar formulas in ways that we didn't think possible, in ways that weren't possible based on the crusty hardware from years past. The Switch may not be the performance powerhouse that we wish it was. It's not putting out God of War Ragnarok visuals, and it's not running a clean 120 frames per second like your PC that you invested tons of money into. But it's performing remarkably well in the vein of brilliant games. So many top scorers, so many top sellers, so many magical games that have evolved our fan favorite franchises, our nostalgic dreams, our childhood loves, and our adult passions in ways that they couldn't before. I think it's truly remarkable that we've seen Zelda go open world, Mario and Bowser's Fury basically be open world, Pokemon be open world, and Kirby be 3D, Animal Crossing take things expansively across the globe. This is incredible. We are living in the best Nintendo era. And you may think that the Super Nintendo was Nintendo's top system. You may think that the NES was a brilliant goldmine because it was bringing games to the home for the first real cool time. Atari, all things considered. Mario did it. Mario really made things amazing and showed what games could be now. That's really where it got to a point of like, holy cow, this is awesome. At least for me, that's where it got there. And I believe for a lot of others as well. And now we're at a place where I still think this is the best. I think the Switch era will go down as Nintendo's best era because not only of its dollars and sales success, not only of its good vibes and mindshare success, but the fact that it evolved and brought the best forms of all of our favorite games. That it took the Mario, the Zelda, the Pokemon, and it truly made them masterpieces. I have a sneaking suspicion that Scarlet and Violet will go down as the coolest Pokemon game, and it's already evident that Breath of the Wild is the coolest Zelda, and Tears of the Kingdom could even usurp and one-up that. Mario Odyssey plus Bowser's Fury is one heck of a combo, and Animal Crossing New Horizons speaks for itself. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, by expanding to 96 courses, is a behemoth that is unbeatable. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, let's not forget about the roster size there. This is an era unlike any other, and I just want to bask in the glory of the brilliant things that the Switch has done this generation. I think it's easy to just be like, oh yeah, we get really good games. And while our good games may not have like facial realism and all sorts of deep, emotional, moving stories, although Xenoblade does, the Marios and the Zeldas and the Pokemons and the Animal Crossings, they're more fun than ever before. They're cooler than ever before, and they're achieving what we envisioned and dreamed them to be as kids. I'll never forget 7 years old, inside of a tent in my backyard. Me and my brother like to camp at home. I had a blanket and I had a little tin. And inside that tiny tin was my Game Boy Color. A teal Game Boy Color that I bought with my own money. A teal Game Boy Color with one game, Pokemon Red. And I would wake up early in the morning in the tent in my backyard and play Pokemon, and I'd have to angle it so that I could see just right because I had not gotten any sort of light yet. And I love that thing. Back then, with those pixelized graphics and those little chiptune squeals, I thought about, man, what if Pokemon were real? What if Pokemon were just running around and I could run around and catch them and battle them and become the very best, like no one ever was? I could chase the gym badges and reach Champions Road and complete my Pokedex, and with Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, we're basically doing that. We're living the dream. Yeah, there's no Pikachu outside my front door yet, but we're basically living my childhood fantasy. And Nintendo, like, thank you so much for that. You're incredible. Hope you guys agree and hope you're pumped for a bunch of cool Pokemon content. I'll be bringing it your way super soon. In the meantime, thanks so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. The Switch is good. This is the best era. I just want us to remember how lucky we are. So until next time, thanks again, everybody. SwitchForce out.